Procreate Wednesday. Procreate Wednesday. Procreate Wednesday. Mic check, audio check, stream check. Turn those off. Get all my windows open, meow. Open the stream up on the old phone. Let me turn up my monitoring volume just a bit. And we will be getting started in just a moment. So welcome everyone. And every two, if you prefer. Everybody, and also if you don't have a body, you're welcome. If you're a discarnate entity wandering the time-space continuum, and you would like to join us in Procreate, that's fine. So everything seems honky-dory, y'all. I'm trying to bring back honky-dory. I think it's a fun expression. Honky-dory? What the fuck does it even mean? Does it mean everything's good? Okay, so let us hop on over to the pad of I, or iPad, if you will. And there we are. How we doing, everybody? We're rocking a slightly different setup today, kind of the same thing we had going on yesterday, because I'm trying to migrate into being able to use my main big monitor to do everything on rather than sitting in front of my laptop. But it also means the camera's way up there, and that works though. I could even extend the camera down, but then I'll have to rearrange wires and stuff, and then it's blocking the monitor and all that shit. So we're going to rock this for a minute, maybe a couple weeks, and see how this feels, because I like being able to be in front of my speakers too if I want to listen without headphones on. So here we are. It's Procreate Wednesday, number 009. And I think we're going to split this week's episode into 2 episodes so we can catch up on the numbers, because we just did Mandelbald Monday 10. You're probably all sick of hearing me talk about this, how the numbers are off. So we're doing, let's make this one 2 episodes. There'll be 2 1-hour episodes this week, and then we'll have all the numbers together. So what we did last week is the color on this guy. We started with most of this, and we did some line work over here. We built out this area. Was that 2 weeks ago now? I don't remember. We built out that area, then we did a bunch of color using our reference layer, of course. And now we have something like this. I think what I'm going to end up doing is turning off that layer when I export, and we'll have this sort of PNG image where if we lay this over top of some visuals, you'll see the visuals poking through where the lines are. And then, of course, up in the whole rest of the piece. So I think what we're going to do this week is just go ahead and finish a lot of this color. I did have the idea to kind of maybe just leave it as it is and leave some of these things untouched. And just using that orange there to give you an idea of the contrast we'll get, so you can see it a little better where all the lines are. But we'll have visuals. Oh yeah, by the way, Chum Slick. You are affiliated now. Yes, sir. That's awesome. Everyone go, and we're going to go sub to Chum Slick. I forgot to do it last night. I'm going to go and sub as soon as possible. Let's go support Chum in his musical endeavors, his artistic endeavors, doing music and Vizzies on stream, and hopefully other stuff. So congrats, Chum. I can't wait to see the first Chum Slick emote. Okay, so let's do some color on this. And before we even do that, I haven't hotboxed it today. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's go to the hotbox. I am enjoying, though, a coffee, of course, and a little bit of a small margarita, as it were. Hey, Chum Slick, welcome to the show, sir. You caught us in the hotbox. Congrats on the affiliate status. Forgot to go sub. I'm going to go sub as soon as we get off stream here. And we're looking forward to that Chum Slick emote. Turn your first 3 right on. I'm still trying to get to that like level 2 thing so I can actually have 2 emotes. I know I could do like different levels of subs, but they're all just the same one right now. Oh yeah, so hotbox. I forgot I'm like in the hotbox here. Let's hotbox. But how are you today, Chum? I do want to sub though. I'm trying to support, dude. Even if it's only like, I mean, you're only getting 250, but it's like, if you get a lot of subs, it can add up and it can at least offset some of the cost maybe of starting up a stream and getting cameras and whatnot. I haven't got paid yet, but it's something you invest in. I think you have to hit $100 first before they send you the first payment. So let's cheers to the official affiliate status of our friend Chum Slick. Or maybe we'll just go hang around in Chum's stream and people will gift us subs. Okay, so let us go back into over me off. Bear with me a second, I got the sketch on my back. Okay, so I kind of like this setup a little better. Let's see how it goes. So let's do some stuff here. We got this layer, which is our color layer. So now we want to go back into our palette is there. That's very good. And now let's turn the lines back on so we can see where we're dropping color on that layer. And you know what? Let's just leave that on so we can see a little bit better where our spaces are. Surprised I didn't reschedule Procreate in place of Ableton 11. Oh, well, we can't not do Procreate Wednesday. Maybe at some point we'll switch it up maybe. But for right now, I at least wanted to get through like the first 10 episodes of these shows to kind of like have a bunch of content out there. Even if it's like, I was like stumbling along the way to figure out how to get all the shit set up properly and the mic and whatnot. And like everything is vastly different quality. Even right now, how like my face is lighting up orange because I have this iPad in my face. It's all just very lo-fi over here. So I'm going to be orange guy. You can really see the difference. Okay. But yes, we're going to use that orange as a way to see a little bit better here. So we're on that layer, and let's just start going in with some color, because, you know what, is this even... I can't remember which colors we had now, so it was maybe like the first... Did we even use that pink? You know what, oh, you know what, let's just do this. We have these colors here in the history. Those are the ones we want to use. Okay, so pretty much that whole side is done there. And I think we're going to leave the little dots. Those would be cool to have Vizzies poking through. You say, do I ever tap and hold to grab a color? Tap and hold. So you do. Oh, you mean to do, okay, so if you do that, that does the previous color, right? Are you talking about the color picker? Like there's this, the little box over here by the slider on the left. I have that as my color picker. Yes, I've definitely done a lot of that to grab the colors off of the screen if I forgot to on the workpiece. I'm not sure what you mean, but like because I have a lot of the gestures turned off. Tap and hold. So like if I just tap my finger and hold, it doesn't do anything. Because I have everything except for like the pinch and zoom and like the quick menu and the undo kind of stuff. Everything else is turned off as far as I remember. Like I don't draw with my finger because I had that on and it was just causing chaos. So I have it where I can only make marks or do smudges or do erasing with the pencil. But I think it's awesome that they let you customize a lot of that stuff. One thing I wish I could do is if like to do a color drop, you have to like go up here and grab the color and drag it down. I wish I could just like, now that it's selected on that color, I wish I could just like tap an area I want to fill. That would make it a lot quicker than having to go up here and like drag the actual color circle every time. So I noticed that I jam my fills toward the right of the screen for color drops. Jam your fills toward the right the right of the screen. I don't know what you mean. I'm too high to figure out what you mean. Okay, so let's get some more. Yeah, we need some more gray in this piece. So I was using this gray a little bit. I was thinking maybe we're gonna only stick with that color gray for over here. But we need some more variation, and I ran out of colors. So let's just like, even like this one, that's nice. Try not to think about it too much. There's really only a couple more spots here. I think I will leave the stairs open too. Or I'll just do like an alternating color. Or maybe I'll leave half of them open. Do fill every other one. Oh, you put whatever you're filling close to the color icon. I got you. That's kind of what I've been doing too, yeah. Kind of just naturally like you're over on this side and boom, grab it. Let's do a posture check. Stretch check. Okay, a couple more spots here. This is one of those things where you just get in the zone and start almost not even thinking about it. Excuse me. Oops, the wrong one. Looking at these lines like this definitely makes my eyes start to go a little bit wonky. Especially with like the stepping on the lines here. Gives it a really like... It has a weird relationship because they're not really parallel lines, but from like they seem like they are, but that little bit of noise makes it that much more interesting. I'm really psyched that we're finally doing something with this piece that's like probably 2 years old now. Let's get a hydration check. I think that's going to be it. For at least this one part, I want to do maybe another part where, let's see, let's branch off from that. so what if we took this? Let's actually... Oh wait, I'm erasing the wrong shit. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Maybe we can just add some more, something to tie this part together. Some more lines here. see how it's going to look without any of these layers on. That's going to be nice. I like how these intersections, you get little color bits poking through where the lines would be. It's the maximum number of layers I can have, so let's do this. We're gonna have to shrink the canvas. See, okay, so if you go into the helix icon, then select color fill, set to automatic, you should be able to tap and fill. Oh, really? Dude. Select color fill, set to automatic. Cool, I didn't even know there was an option for that. I thought there was like maybe a time option maybe, but let's see. So the helix icon, which one? Oh, this thing does, not the select, right? I'm not sure what you mean. Is it in prefs? It's gotta be in prefs, right? Let's get that copy check. The one next to adjustments. Oh, okay. I never thought of that as the adjustment tab. That's cool. I never even realized it was called adjustment tab. I was like, oh, the magic wand tab. Okay, I'll get into that later. I have this idea that I want to see if we can get there. So we need to get an extra layer here. So we can even, let's delete these. If we need those lines, we can grab them from the other piece. Oops. So now we can even ungroup these. Okay, so we have that. Now let's duplicate this again. We'll do a distort on this. Dude, my Apple Pencil's freaking out, or it's not working or something. There we go. I think it's actually just Procreate. It's getting all laggy. I think that's it. Some of this looks weird right now, but I think this is going to look cool once it has Vizzies coming through it. Like, it looks like it doesn't quite make sense now, but it's gonna, like, when it starts moving, it's gonna be cool. Thanks, chum. Okay, so let me just export this. Might have to give it a run. I'm gonna like send this into OBS later and throw some Vizzies through it and see what it looks like. How you doing, Em? Welcome to the show. Thank you for redeeming the Alert Wave 1. We're doing this thing today. This is going to become an OBS scene. And we're kind of just layering stuff up right now. We've got these two different versions of the thing. We kind of layered them on top of each other. And now we're getting all this weird stuff, like the way the lines are crossing over each other, because we took out the black outline. So how are you today, Em? Working, because, you know, life is weird. Oh, it is weird. What do you think? Does this look all right? I can't help myself. Thanks, Em. I'm always like doing this shit, like, to make a dance. Do. Well, I'm glad you're here with us, Em. I think it's just you, me, and Chum. we're hanging out. How's the weather over there? Is like, because we have snow here, but it's melting now. It was warm today. And it feels like spring is around the corner. The colors, the balance, one could say it's all on point. Finally, sun. But I slept until like 1 o'clock. But, you know, I was up late with Ableton 11, just getting deep in there. It was sick. So yeah, I think we're gonna export this as a PNG, and later on we're gonna test it in OBS with some Vizzies and see how it looks. I suppose we could even do that on stream. Why don't we do that? Let's try that out. Let's do like a crossover Resolume Procreate episode. What do y'all think? Would you like to see that, or is that something that's more like an off-stream thing? Because what I'll have to do is we'll export it. Hey, J-Hunt. Yeah, man. Welcome to the show. Yeah, we made, I wouldn't say, I drew this like 2 years ago, and then we did the color on it on stream together. I think actually M was the one who sent us off into the like icicle sort of direction. She was like, "Ooh, it's ice colored or something, like ice mountains." Spent 30 streams trying to make stream work. You're here for it. All right, right on. We're all just trying to make it work, one stream at a time. So yeah, we have to export, and then what I'll have to do is send it over to Google Drive and then download it onto my computer. So that'll take a moment. Maybe we can listen to some weird shit that we recorded yesterday in the meantime. Okay, so we're gonna share PNG, not layers, just write one PNG. Yeah. And go right to Google Drive. We're going to go to Phosphor. What should we title this thing? How bright that is. This is going to be M's Ice Mountains. Ice on point. Okay, so we have that, and while I go through it's going to be maybe a little bit of a tedious process to actually get this to a point where it's going, but let's actually bring in some weird music from yesterday. Let's see. So we're just going to play back this stuff from stream yesterday, the weird jam that we did in Ableton. And hold on, just going to play it at a low volume maybe. Okay, so let's play that in the background. How about this non-DMCA music? But you know what? I'm sure I'll get some sort of notice for it. They'll find something in there. Okay, so we have that sent over to Google Drive. Tell you what, we're gonna go just gonna chill out here while I do this behind the scenes bullshit. Alright, we're in Google Drive. Am I in the right one? Do you all have multiple Google accounts as well? Okay, we gotta download. Be right back. Gonna welcome to BB 5-star back. Too many googs. Oh, 5-star streaming. Cool. Right on, dude. Hey, Evil Deadhead. Too many googs. So many googs. Welcome, Evil Deadhead. How are you doing today, sir? It is Procreate Wednesday. We're in the hot box for a moment while we figure out. We're going to open up Resolume as well and get some busies going behind this PNG that we just made and see what that looks like. So I just need to make sure I'm putting everything in the correct folder, because if I don't do it right now, what's up here? M's Ice Mountains on point and stuff. Let's bring that over to the stream thing folder. And now we can go into OBS. And how's this gonna work? We're gonna like be building an OBS scene inside of OBS on stream. Is that gonna cause some sort of weird streamception? Or like, can I... Okay, let's do this. Ready? I'm gonna make this into a projector. Oh yeah, this is the part of the jam where it got really loud. We're gonna make full screen or windowed projector. Yeah. Yo, this window projector's not working. That's not cool. We're gonna make a brand new scene. No, let's copy a scene. Hotbox. Cool, man. I'm doing pretty good. Hanging in there. It was warm today. There was no, the snow was melting. It was very good. And it looks like maybe... I don't want to speak too soon, but I think all the snow's going to melt. And there'll be no snow. Maybe for a week. Who knows? Alright, so we're going to go into like a scene that's not going to make sense right now because we're going to have to copy it. But actually, yeah. This is not going to make sense, but we're going to use this as a... I'm going to duplicate this scene. This is one of the new scenes that I worked on when I was taking a break from streaming. But yo, I love OBS so much better than slobs, because it actually, like, when you click something, it just clicks right away, and it doesn't take fucking 7 seconds to actually, like, update on the GUI and work. All right, so we're in here, right? We're in like pretty much a blank scene. Everything is turned off. We can leave the face cam. All right, so we're gonna add a source, and that's gonna be an image. Hey, alright. This was a giant image. I think I may have to start streaming at 720p until I can get an actual, like, dedicated streaming computer. At least for doing visual sets. Alright, so we're gonna have to decide which part of this gets cut off. It's gonna be up there. That's good. I always forget I'm actually sending out 1920 by 1200 instead of 1080. I know, I just realized I had one more idea we're gonna do for this, but we'll worry about that later. This will be a good test. Alright, so now I gotta get Resolume running. Just Resolume over me off. Oh, damn it, Resolume. Let's try that again. Okay, this is gonna go over here. Let's get that running, and now we're gonna add. Did we do that already? Actually, pop this out so we can extend this a little bit. I also like in OBS over slobs how it's really easy to pop out a window or like an editing window, so you can see all your sources just kind of like in a big long list that you don't have to scroll all the way up and down for to find one thing. It's just kind of all there. Okay, so now, all right, here's the thing. So this has to go here. Let's close this. Oh, this is some like real behind the scenes shit. So like what I do to get my visuals up onto stream is I send them in Resolume through to the Resolume output display 3, which is my third monitor over here. And that puts everything, and that becomes like my canvas screen where I can then like put other stuff. So like if I have one, like if I take this thing, I can put this, and I have like a set of these that are in my live Ableton set that do this. But yeah, that's, and then what we'll do, this will be like hanging out. Yeah, dude. Having all the vizies just like seep through the lines. Back to lurking. Wow. Back about lurking, okay. Yeah, this is some really like behind the curtain type stuff here. We're actually making a scene on stream. But yeah, I think the idea worked pretty well. Let's maybe like, yo, I'm super into this. Is when it starts being too much and get some crazy slowdown. This is why I may have to start going to 720 or adjusting some of the parameters in OBS, because we're fucking laggy right now. Alright, I'm into it. We can work on the rest of this later, because I don't have the overhead camera on right now, and it won't matter because all this stuff is here and we'll be able to see what it looks like. And I don't have the iPad hooked up in its other position, so that I won't see it, but thanks, chum. Yeah, I think like the what happened to my pop-out window? Oh. So yeah, I think that was a great idea that you had, Chum, to use the Phosphor Friday as like a a set, but like just like a visuals and music, no the cameras or anything. And just doing like a improv inside of Ableton kind of set that does this kind of weird shit that we're hearing right now from yesterday's stream. And yeah, I still haven't figured out the disk issue where I was having like disk overload when I'm trying to record stuff like this. Like this audio you're hearing, I had to go and rip it from the OBS video recording, which is fine, but it would be nice if I could just record it directly into Ableton as it's happening, or even like record multi-tracks. But I'm realizing that's like probably not going to be possible unless I send it to another computer to record. And then I would also need some sort of, you know what, I don't know how exactly that would work. So I think for now we're just going to rip the audio from the video. We'll just chill out and watch some busies for a minute here. Tell you what, I'm gonna hit up the restroom and I'll be back in a moment. Say, do I follow Bird Bass? No. Let me just turn this up for a minute while I'm gonna go and use the restroom. Oh, here we go. One moment. Let's bring this back down a little bit. I knew we would have a dad joke when we got back, and M did not disappoint. Let's see what it says. What do you call a fish that becomes famous? A starfish. Good one, M. I was thinking of one before. It was about a bee. I can't remember. Hold on. Oh, okay. So where does a bee go after when they're washed out on drugs, when they're like all fucked up and they need help? They go to B-Hab. Hey, big sis. Oh no. How you doing, big sis? Welcome to the stream. Today we started as Procreate Wednesday, but then B-Hab. I know. It's not good. So yeah, we started as Procreate Wednesday, and then we kind of like moved into doing this because we made a, let's see, where's my sources here. We made this thing in Procreate over the past couple weeks, and then we wanted to bring it into OBS and kind of just see how it would work as a scene that we can run some vizies behind. And then also imagine like, okay, we'll have like, this is a scene in progress right now, but it will have like where's my camera? It'll have, me hanging out, and you'll have like my keyboard over here, which actually, well, I can't even show you that right now because the iPad runs into the same switcher that the camera runs into. But yeah, you'll see like, my gear all set up down here, and then a bunch of other weird little TVs and whatnot, probably. Thanks, sis. Hey, did you get Ableton 11? Were you using the beta? I can't remember. But I got Ableton 11 yesterday, and we used it on stream. And we actually made the stuff you're hearing right now on stream yesterday. Let's turn it up a little bit. Thanks, sis. This is sort of like a generative thing where I set up a bunch of drum channels and then had one drum like per channel and then a bunch of clips, and using probability and stuff to make them kind of cycle weirdly. And then I plugged in a bunch of optics bass sounds into one of these racks, and then I'm having the chain selectors be automated by an LFO, like a sample and hold LFO. So it's cycling through all these different sounds and like randomly triggering sounds. This is so weird. It's too much like that. Alright, that'll stay over here for now. I feel like this visual goes the best with these mountain things. Yes, for sure. Like when I'm actually behind this spot over here. Yeah, there's the spots like all these like staircase things that have gray. And I kind of want to go into Procreate again and grab the outlines and use those as like invert them and have those as an overlay and do something with that. Oops, I just jumped to a weird spot. like a 45-minute long session. So yeah, I don't really know what else to do from here. Nutters. I guess maybe we go back into Procreate now and look at some stuff in there, and maybe we'll do some more bouncing of. We'll bounce out the outlines, or we'll edit those so we can bounce them out together properly, and we'll see. So let us transition by way of the box. Yes, I want to take those foghorns you made and put those into one of these racks with the automated chain selector and plug that into this set. I also have a lot of gating going on, so like the snare will never hit when the kick is hitting, and then like the Foley will never hit when the snare is hitting and stuff like that. Had to change your mouse. Charge your mouse. Still so much prep to do for this set. Oh, you're doing a set? When's this? Dude, yeah. I assume you mean a music set, right? Saturday, okay. Where can we see that? 11 p.m. Eastern, okay. You can plug it in. If you have a link or anything you want to drop, you can drop it in chat. For now. And okay, let's go back into Procreate. And I think we're gonna turn this music down just a tad here. A couple dB. Okay, so alright, now we're back here, right? Mentioned the day of in Discord. Okay, great. The G-Wub. Okay, I got you, yeah. Okay, so let's send this back into here. Okay, so we're back in Procreate. So let's go to the previous, to this. Actually, let's go to the original one. Or you know what? Let's do this. We'll duplicate this one again. Yeah, dude. The in Live 11, the probability features are great. Like if you have, it's great for spicing up a drum loop. Like all these drums are pretty much like one or two loops that are cycling over, but they have hits that have a certain probability of actually hitting and also velocity. So you can get like really like evolving long patterns out of like a 1 or 2 bar loop. Okay, so we got 2 of these now. And what I wanted to do, let's just go ahead and let's turn this off. We'll even just delete all this, the colored stuff. And we'll just take this layer, right? And let's not even use this layer. We can delete that layer. Now we're going to go and make a white background like that. Actually, no, we need to make a layer. Let's do this, right? So we need a layer. Let's fill this layer with white. Dude, this fucking music is tripping me out, man. Okay, so now we gotta, let's bring this here. Don't need that. So let's now flatten that, invert it. And then we're going to go and select out all the white and delete that. And then we'll have a PNG. Select out those little circles individually. You're going mental. Is the music too crazy? Dude, yeah, like, it's fun because when you plug stuff in and have it randomly kind of like selected like that, like, you know, you're going to hear a certain sound eventually, but you don't know when, and you don't know like how. It's just really interesting. But if it gets to be too crazy, let me know and I'll turn it off. I think we should do this tomorrow. We'll go in and look at that, how I've set that stuff up in Ableton. That could be a fun session. And we'll go a little bit deeper into the probability stuff. Oh, getting all the ducks in the rows. There's so many rows, dude. It's ridiculous. Being like any sort of creative person, like there's so many rows to think about. Okay, so let's get, let's do this. We're gonna invert the selection. No, this is correct. Ready? So we got the selection. Now we just want to cut it. Okay, so now we've cut all that. That's correct. Now we want to just do the same thing to those little circles, and then we'll be done. Oops. I'm actually currently in the process of taking this audio and chopping it into like usable sections for later, making loops and like one shots and whatnot. And then I kind of want to take those samples and load them back into one of these racks and like have it re-randomize itself again. It's too many rows, Jerry. The rows are out of control. Okay, so we have that. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go add and cut. And now we have a PNG of that, which will be really cool if we layer, I was going to say vocals, visuals. Yeah, if we layer some vocals behind this PNG, that would be good. But yeah, having like Vissies poking through at only this this arrangement. All right, let's get a hydration check, y'all. Yes, I am streaming tomorrow, J-Hunt. Tomorrow we're going to do Ableton Things. Same time, same channel. And, okay, what time are you at work? I think so far, like this new time slot of 4 p.m. every day is working better, at least for me, than 2 o'clock was. I hope it's better for everyone else also. Sis says, I have beans and rice in the fridge, but like I need to stop cooking 5 days worth of food. That's actually, no, that's good. If you like cook enough for the whole week. I tend not to do that. I tend to just make like, I'll make 1 meal a day usually. Because then I have to eat the same thing for 5 days. That's true, yeah. But you can also like, just make a fridge full of, you know, giant bowls of stuff. You work 4 to 10. Oh, okay. Damn, I'm sorry, J-Hunt. But the VODs will be up, and also, I think I mentioned this last time, but what we're going to do after episode 10 of Mandelbulb and Procreate, I'm going to stop using Twitch as my archive, and I'm just going to do all the archiving on YouTube, which is already happening right now, so Twitch will have the first 10 episodes, and then the rest of everything from here on will be, it'll be episode 1 through infinity on YouTube. Okay, so we're gonna, okay, so we have this PNG, right? So let's just, oh, you know what we should do? Actually, no, this is good. We'll export it like this. The resolution is not the same, but that's fine. Or the aspect ratio is a little different, but that's fine. I'm just going to share PNG again. To Google Drive. This one's going to be... Okay, let's take a break for a second here. Oh, that's the audio from yesterday, me talking. Fucking weird. Now I'm hearing myself talk from yesterday in the past. Okay, let's take a break for a second here. All right, I guess we'll start this over then. Or actually, let's see. Let's grab another one of these weird sessions. Oh, they're in this folder. guess it'll be this one. This one has a lot of weird Foley in it from Resident Evil. It's about 20 minutes of weird shit. Let's listen. Turn this down a little bit. Wow, this is like a brick of audio. Okay, so this one's gonna be... Don't! I forgot to take out the vocals. I just kind of like grabbed a bunch of Resident Evil sounds all at once and threw them into this rack. Okay, so this is gonna go... This might still be a little bit loud. Again, these like weird bass sounds were made by Optic. They're pretty much used as is, except for they might be getting cut up a little bit differently in the rack. Okay, so we're here. We exported our PNG. What are we gonna do for this last half hour, y'all? Minecraft Industrial. This one is probably even weirder than the last one. Let's see what else we got here we can work on. Maybe something like this would be cool as a PNG. This one's an old drawing from like 10 years ago or more. This does kind of make good, like, stream background music, doesn't it? Let's just export a bunch of stuff, and then we'll bring it into OBS later. Bean o'clock. Yo, Bean 30. It's time for bean juice. I don't think we've done many coffee checks this whole session. Thank you for the reminder, sis. I'm not sure if did you mean beans or like coffee beans? Either way, drink up. This is good coffee. It's like, well, it just kind of, it's great coffee, but it has, there's no sugar. It's just some cashew milk, cashew juice. And it looks better because it's in a jar. And I'm no longer drinking out of a pickle jar. I actually have an actual mason jar. Yeah. Bean soup is coming next. Beans command. Yeah, it does look, and things taste better, I think, out of a mason jar. Just because of the sheer utilitarian nature of a mason jar, like how many things it can do in terms of like holding stuff and like, you know, just being a great vessel. Okay, so, all right, we got a PNG of that. Let's do hot mix. Holding piss for sure, yeah, dude. Jizz, whatever you got. Still sample. This is definitely in the top 5 words I think are funniest. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much agree with that. Oh no. Oh gosh. Sure, but any bodily fluid would do. Just gonna look through this gallery in Procreate and see what else I might want to use as a PNG mask. I just got some really weird deja vu to being a teenager playing Gears of War 1. Whoa. So let's see. Where's this? I have a stack of like 400 artwork somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Eventually, I just consolidate all this stuff into a stack and then like. Maybe something like this kind of deal. this layer with black. Turn the background off. And we're gonna flatten these down. Let's go back to Procreate. Is there a word in art for the absence of repeating patterns? Ooh, I don't know. That's interesting. Or like emotionally. For music like this, where it's purposely designed to produce variation and prevent there from being things explicitly to latch onto. Yeah. I can't quite think of the word for that, yeah. That's why I was cutting loops out of the audio, and I was like, all right, this would be cool. Or I'll sit there and like loop one little spot of it for a minute, and then kind of just listen to it. I'm like, there's so much music in like any sort of loop. Then the main purpose is going to be to use these for composition later on. Yeah, we need a word for that. Okay, so let's bounce out as a PNG. It's cool. This is like going back through old music files and like bouncing out stuff you're going to use. That's why we save everything. And now I gotta think of a name for this. It's gonna be... I'm typing in the wrong... Dude, I'm trying to like... I was typing on my keyboard to try to type on the iPad. Yeah, Big Sis, do you know anything about disk overloads in Ableton? Because the thing with this, like, I had to rip the audio of this from that, from the VOD. And I want to be able to record it straight into Ableton, but no matter what, how I've set my disks up to make sure that the samples are in the right spot to prevent, like, crashes or anything, I still can't get it to record. It just overloads the disk and it'll stop recording right away. Like, I tried housing the samples on a separate drive and all that stuff. Maybe there's just too many samples happening at once. Yeah, I think because it's like there's literally like maybe 10 tracks and each one has a rack in it that has 128 samples in it that it's cycling through. And maybe it's just I need to load all the samples into RAM, but to do that, they're all in simpler. So I have to like convert everyone to a sampler and then click the RAM button. I might spend the time to do that, or just like rebuild it with samplers to begin with instead of simpler. You say, I might ask the Church of Sound Design Discord. Anti-Negative is pretty good at troubleshooting. Right on. Church of Sound. Church of Sound Discord and Anti-Negative. Okay, sounds great. Thank you for that tip. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, because I'm trying to, it's not going to the same disk, so I have like my sample library on the D drive, which is my secondary drive on the computer. And then I have all my projects on an external SSD. Everything is SSD. So and like none of the samples are living within the project folder. They're like they're in my user library, which is where I'm trying to like keep every single sample that I bring in. It just stays in there so that everything is always referencing from one place. And then I'll use, collect all and save if I have to, but okay. I wonder about using those paging files where you can allocate some of your disk to handle that stuff. I think it's probably a RAM issue though. I have no idea. Okay. Maybe it's the fact that I'm like cycling through all those samples in real time. Sporadic, yes, that's the word, I think. That's a good word for it, sporadic. Cool. Maybe I'll try to figure this out, and then we can look at it on stream tomorrow about the overloads, because it would be cool to be able to just record them straight in. Yeah, it's happening in session view, so like I can even tell you what, since we're kind of I feel like we're kind of done with Procreate for the day, maybe we'll just pull up that, the set, and we can go off on a little tangent here. So I'll be radio silent for a second here, hang on. Okay, we should be back. Okay, yeah, so let me just go here. I can just do that by doing this. Okay, so this is the project. And yeah, like the probability stuff takes place down here. I'm hearing an echo, so I'm just gonna top these off for now. I can't do that. Hang on. I just need to go to this mic, and I think I have too many. I can turn this off now, I think. That can be a little bit. Is that good? Yes, okay, that's much better. Turn that on. It's too loud. Check, 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 check. Okay. Let's go with that. Turn this off. All right, so yeah, this is the set. I kind of have all these different drum channels. Each one really just has one chain on it, or one rack, but the rack has this chain that has all these other chains that are all, split up into these different things, so the chain selector can cycle through them. And I have this LFO modulating the chain selector, which is mapped over here. And I have it on hold right now. I have this one to do hold. So if I take it off hold, it'll start cycling through. So each one of these is pretty much a sampler or a simpler that has some kind of one-shot sample, or some of them are longer than one shots, but mostly one shots. Raising the buffer size to the maximum. Okay, so let's actually take a look at that. I think I have it at, it's either 512 or 1024 right now. Yeah, I have it at 1024, and in order to have this work, I think it needs to go through the hardware, and then I'd have to restart Ableton. But I suppose we could try this. Maybe let's do that. That should be enough. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I want it to be even lower, like for playing live, because when I'm playing keyboard, there's a lot of latency, and it's kind of throwing me off. Okay, so that's that. And yeah, I'm just on, and like it's not really a CPU issue, it's just like a disk overload issue. I can't really figure out why. I'm thinking maybe the answer might be to load them all into RAM. But what I have to do is go simpler to sampler, and then I'd have to click that RAM button. But I have to do that for every single, like you can't right click and say, copy to siblings on a lot of these things, but I guess especially on this, that wouldn't be possible. But yeah, so I have all these, like these are 808s, these are just regular kicks, and then all these different channels and optics basses here, and some of noisiest samples interspersed with those. And this one actually has 2 racks. And then when you're in here, you get 2 lanes. And then I have, pretty much like it's 10 here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 10 channels of stuff like that. You got me that time. Okay, I'm missing something here. It should be enough. So what is you're doing that causes the crash? So it's not really crashing. So like what happens is, like, let's just play this, right? Right now, I already got a disk overload notice right there. I'm not quite sure how this all works yet. So like, I guess you can choose what's actually showing, if it's the average computer usage or current, or, but yeah, I already had an overload. But watch, like, let's say I want to try and record that to just not even multi-tracks, just record it to resampling. It works for a minute. Let's see what happens. It'll work for like 1 or 2 passes. is working right now, which kind of happened yesterday the same way. And then after a while, it won't work anymore. But like, maybe we'll just keep trying it. See, it stopped. It like the clip is this long, but it only recorded audio up till here. So now it's like, what happened? I do like that they have these new indicators down here to show you how much CPU each channel is using. I realized that in my live set, my piano channel, which is also like, it has pads and other stuff in it too, but like the main instrument in that is an operator. And for some reason, it's using up a shit ton of CPU. I don't know why, but I might have to like not play chords on that. Let's do a hydration check. Yeah, so this is bugging me because I know I'm kind of like maybe pushing Ableton to like sort of a limit here with what it can do, at least like on one machine, because I don't know. I guess I could have a more powerful computer, but I'm still using a lot of samples that are all being referenced from they're all being referenced from my D drive. And like, here's my user library that always lives on this one drive. And then all my projects live on this drive. And I don't think it's like an issue of not having enough drive space because I have a fair amount of space on these drives. I'm not really using the C drive for anything, so that shouldn't matter. But like here I have over a terabyte free, and over here I have like almost 4 terabytes free on my projects drive. Okay. Oh, okay. Instead of using the LFO to move the chain selector, you could use an arpeggiator or random mode, and then set all the sampler chains to belong to the same choke group. Oh, interesting. This way, each channel would be operating a single sampler per MIDI note as opposed to all 127 of them. Oh, dude. Yo, I think that seems like it makes a lot of sense to me. Let me think through this again. Use an arpeggiator on random and then set all the sampler chains to belong to the same choke group. Or what about, okay, that got me thinking. I'm gonna grab a photo of this so I can remember exactly how you said this. That makes a lot of sense, and I want to try that for sure. But what else? I just had this other idea where you can do the same thing in a sampler that you can do here with this with the chains. I don't know if you actually get a selector like this, but you can like do some kind of splitting, right? So like if we're here, we grab a sampler. And this might be why samplers better. I don't know. I hardly ever use them except as like containers for stuff. I want to use simpler and sampler, but you can't I want to be able to sample into them in real time and not have to actually drag and drop a sample. That always kind of put me off of them. Okay, so, right, you get the zones. So like, let's say we had, say we had a bunch of hats. Can I drag all these into okay, so here's what you do, right? Drag them into here, drag them into the zones. And then, right, there's no chain selector here, but what was I thinking I was going to do? I don't know if this is going to work. However, one thing seems worth trying for sure, dude. Yeah. Use sampler in multi-sample mode. Oh yeah, velocity random. Okay, because yes, you can map to key or velocity here. Oh shit. Okay, dude. Yeah. Can I shrink down this window, or does it just stay? Okay. But yeah, you'd select everything and do that. And maybe I just have like too many samples. Maybe I need to like go through these sample lists and instead of having 128, maybe I'll just have like 30 or 40. I kind of just went like fucking whole hog with it right away. I'm like, let's dump as many samples as possible into these and just fucking randomize the whole thing. And then I was like, I'll put an LFO on the master tempo and all this crazy shit. I think that's the move. Yeah. I'm going to do this off stream, but this is like, I think that's the move, dude. Thank you, Big Sis, for helping me think through that. That's a genius idea. Right on. And yeah, since I'm really only using the sampler as like a place to put the sample, it doesn't need to be like a full sampler or anything. That makes so much sense. Yes. Yo. And now especially with the probability stuff, this generative kind of thing got me really thinking about how to build out a whole set like this and how you can kind of like you'll have like preset drum patterns like maybe for specific, for different songs or even different genres, like you'll have a like a dubstep pattern, like have that ready to go. But then like you can launch it and have the drums vary themselves. So you're not like it's just so much less static and more dynamic. Say this simplifies the put them into RAM idea. You try that in a lot fewer steps. Yes. Yeah. You can manipulate macro, the samplers, filter, and envelope parameters and affect them all at once. Yes, dude. Yeah. Heard. I was thinking about that too, mapping like the pitch or the transposition within the simpler to some sort of macro. And now having all um, these extra macros, it's like there's so many more possibilities, especially with the variations. This is like an entirely new paradigm now. It's like an entire another layer on top of everything else that was already there. And okay, one thing that bothered me, I was testing this out with the APC last night. So like if you add more macros, they shift over, they move position. So like I kind of wish it would just be like two banks of this, like two banks of 8, because it makes it confusing if you're using a controller. I guess maybe it's kind of like built for push in that way. They want you to buy a push because you have on push you have a row of 8 like that. Let me say, I think that you can use simpler as a multi-sampler as well, and it has slightly more utility for looping controls, which can be cool for this kind of random generator type of patch. Right on. Okay, so let's see. Let's just throw a simpler in there instead. Yeah, I really wish they would update Simpler and Sampler to be able to record directly into them, because it's like it's supposed to be a sampler means that you can record into it and not have to like drag and drop. Oh, true. Yeah, that's right. Simpler to sampler. Fuck. Okay. Would that have kept the You know what? Okay, let's do that. Let's undo that because I did drop some samples in there just as a. Is it going to keep? Because I don't think you could do zones in Simpler, can you? Okay, it's in multi-sample mode, but how do you? I guess you'd have to like set it up in Sampler first and then switch over. We'll keep the same zoning controls. Okay. Oh, but also you can't put it in like one shot or loop. I'll have to dig into that more. You might be able to edit it as well, but I'm not sure what the button click is for that in Simpler. Okay. It might be like, yeah, I think I would probably just want to leave it as a sampler maybe, because it gets, once I start seeing this multi-sample mode, I'm like kind of confused because I can't see what's going on and there's like a disconnect. But yeah, I wish with these macro colors or the with the way these work on I wish you could change the way it's implemented so that they wouldn't change position. They would just add an additional 2 on the end. Because if you're using a physical controller, that's going to get really confusing. So I think I'm going to like stick with 8 for now. But yeah, using the variations is great. I went through my live set last night and I made defaults for all the racks, all my channels. And then I think I might end up using like maybe the solo buttons on the APC, mapping those to the default. So it could be like jamming, like having some loops going, twisting a bunch of knobs, and like take it to a really crazy place and then just like snap it back to 0 basically. Yeah, the variations is so like let's do this. We don't even need to map anything. We can just be like, okay, new. Oh, actually, you do have to map something. Okay, so let's just map whatever to these. So look, if you have, it'll just remember whatever position, and then you go. You just basically hit new, and then you get a variation there, and then you can do all this stuff: rename, duplicate, delete with a right click, and then if you want to overwrite it, you hit the little camera button over here. And then anytime you hit new, it'll give you a new one. No matter what you've done, you can just go endlessly, I think. I don't know how many you can actually make, but probably a fair amount, I would say. And this is like a huge feature to me because I always wanted to be able to take a single instrument like to more different places easily. So like let's say you had your ADSR on here maybe, and you had like a plucky sound and a pad sound. You can make like 2 different presets to do those. And then you could like, it would also be great for recording and automation in real time to like just have buttons that you could hit to jump to those different presets. And that way you could be recording your envelopes into arrangement in real time in a different way. Um, yeah, dude, like this is huge. You can also randomize them. So, let's actually, for right now, this is great. This is a good exploration of like what we could do with that, with this generative idea. Um, so let's build a new rack. Let's look at some more of the new devices. Actually, in that case, let's go back to a new project so we have a little bit more space to work with. So hang on, we'll be right back. No. Okay, so we're back. All right, so let's make a rack out of some new devices, maybe. And they kind of changed the way this is set up. So when you go into your audio effects now, they're all grouped into folders, which is kind of nice. But it took me a minute to be like, okay, you don't just have a list anymore. That's why it's great to use the colors over here, color categories. Definitely awesome. Let's try the new Redux. Let's throw that into a rack. And let's throw a loop on there so we can hear what we're doing. You know what? There probably is a nice loop in here somewhere. Let's do this. Okay, so they changed a lot of this stuff now. So where is okay, here's the loop button over here now. One thing that it took me a minute to realize is like, okay, there's no volume slider, gain slider. They made the slider into just a little box. And then you also now have these tabs. And you can do your linked envelopes right there, which is actually a sick feature that like I barely even looked into, but it's kind of cool if you want to do. I guess this would be great for generative stuff too, because you can like have an envelope that is not linked to not the same length as the clip. So you can have envelopes cycling at a different rate than the clip is cycling. So you get like weird like polymetric looping. So yeah, and then also you can expand that to see the follow actions, and you can double click the top bar to like hide it completely, which is kind of nice. And then apparently there's like a ton new follow actions that I haven't looked at yet, but you you can have it be linked to the length of the clip. So no matter what length the clip is, it'll just do the thing once and then do the next thing. Because like before, you had to actually tell it how long to be. Anyway, let's go into this. We're gonna loop it. Dude, I fucking love Redux so much. So let's make some of these into, like, let's make that to 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And do the same thing to 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just say this state right here is the default. Okay, now we can do random. Let's just grab a bunch of randoms. Oh, dude, I've been like totally spacing on reading chat. Need to take a kitty snuggling break. Right on. He'll be lurking. Holy poop, Ableton 11 is amazingly good. Yes, I agree. Okay, big sis. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a nice lurk, and we're gonna continue to make sounds for a while, I think. Some other stuff to this. Let's give the ear a break for a moment here. And what if we go... What else can we add to this that's new? No, it doesn't have to be a new one. Let's go with, I wanted to put a beat repeat in here too. Oops, okay, yeah, here. Almost dragged it to the variations. So now let's rename these really quick. No, this one is Redux left, Redux right. This one's beat repeat. Now, okay, let's go ham on these. Let's map all these 9, 10, 11, 12, and okay, let's think about these last 4. So I want to do, can I map this? Let's map that one to 16. Then we'll do chance, gate, and pitch decay. So now we have like a fully mapped out I always get the wrong color. Which color am I looking for? This one. Okay, now we have all these things mapped. So let's do more randoms. Let's grab that state. Okay, now we'll do a random. And let's play this. That's cool too. You can right click and say exclude from randomization, so that if you have one you don't want to randomize, it'll just stay wherever you left it. Cool. It's always good to save your racks. Okay, let's get some. know what we should do is save on this. Kind of want to jump into some of the follow actions too. Oh wait, there's more chat, dude. I'm sorry. I'm like I'm like Ableton 11, tunnel vision. Okay. Just Control F for stuff. Yeah, go right to the search. Oh wait, okay, hold on. You're saying yes, Redux is very much more usable. Hey, Rock T Productions, right on. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat here. Welcome. Today was kind of a hybrid day where we started with Procreate because it's normally Procreate Wednesday, and now we're into Ableton. Looks like I have a thing or two to learn about setting up racks. Right on. Racks are where it's at. Rack and Mac. Just always Rack and Mac. So yeah, welcome to the stream, Rock T. Is it rocked or Rock T? Like rocked are. Is it pronounced like that? Like rocked. Okay, cool. So yes, right now we're looking at kind of throwing some loops into this rack and sending them through this beat repeat and the Redux. And these are all in parallel. You know, we should do if we have the beat repeat in parallel, maybe we should always just have it be gate. Let's do that, and let's get some sound going. And oh yeah, I was going to try and throw a couple more loops in here, and then we can look at maybe the follow action stuff. Let's try that. Oh, this is like a 5. So all these are all 2 bars long. Oops. Tell you what, y'all, I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back. splitting these loops that are already pretty dirty into like even more redux and whatnot. Okay, let's look at the follow actions here. Okay, so you have to click the top thing to turn it on. I gotcha. And then linked. So if we do linked, it's going to play the entire length of the clip and then do whatever action. So we could say like, I've always used other in the past to do random kind of stuff. Now there's this one called jump, and that will let you jump to a specific clip slot or scene slot, I guess, right? Also now over here, I don't know how to actually show it, but it'll show you the like the tempo and the time signature over here, but I don't know why it's not showing that right now. Is it one of these? No. Figure that out later. So we have these four, right? Oh, another thing I love that they added is down here in this little slidey window, they made the outline of the box a stark contrasting color to the dark. Whereas before it was a black box and you couldn't see, like, it was such a thin black line, you couldn't see where the fuck the thing was, but now it's like really nice. So props to Ableton for that. What do you mean? I'm not sure I follow you, Rocked. Kapow. You mean like the follow actions? Oh, the spectrogram, that stuff. These are actually IL wave candy, so it's not Ableton native. I think if you have FL Studio, they're native, but yeah. So I can actually show you that real quick. I have this set up. Also have span in there, but the wave candy. This is what the actual plugin editor looks like, and basically you can have an oscilloscope, spectrum, meter, or vector. I just have 3 instances of it set up, and they're not actually on my Ableton screen. They're actually off on my other screen, and then I'm like grabbing them and bringing them into OBS. Oh, cool. So yeah, this is image line, or yeah, whatever. Yeah, IL image line. But this is super useful, and it also, yeah, it's a little bit of eye candy for the stream to go along with the lovely fireplace. Yeah, no problem. So I would recommend those plugins. they look really nice. You can change a lot of the actual visual aesthetic. You can resize them and stuff. I'm not going to do that right now because it's going to mess me up. But you can change the colors on the spectrum, all kinds of stuff. Very fun. So, okay, we have that weird follow action stuff going on. What if we make a new, what if we duplicate this and bring in a bunch of clips? I'll tell you what, let's go until 7 o'clock, and then I'm going to go do food things, dinner time things. And why is this not duplicating? There we go. Okay, so let's delete these clips, and let's go and grab like a bunch, like maybe, let's grab 10 of these and bring them in here. And we'll do some other follow actions to these, because I think these are all like, they're not quite any particular length. Yeah, they're like all sort of different lengths. So this could be cool to set these with a follow action of linked, because that means it'll just play whatever the length of the clip is. Whereas on this set, we're having them play at a specific length. Here it's based on the actual length of each clip. So that'll be fun. That'll make it more randomized as they all cycle through. And let's have it be other. And this is cool. They finally put in, this makes it more at least visually understandable as to what's happening. You basically have two different follow actions that can happen, and this is the chance of them happening. So if it's 100% left, it's always going to do other after it does the length, the linked length. And so you can kind of blend between the two. So maybe we'll have it like 70% of the time jump up to the first one in the list. you're good, Roth. We're actually kind of like right now, I'm exploring this for the first time as well. So like, I'm only used to like the old school follow actions that really had a limited set of what you could do with it. And here now you can even like, you can have it jump to a whole scene. You can like quantize everything differently. How you doing, Em? We're doing a little bit of a hybrid longer stream today because we couldn't stay away from Ableton 11. How you doing over there? Are you still at work? Okay, so we saw that the follow actions can do that linked thing really well. Because yeah, each one of these clips is a different length. Especially like this one. This is like a weird, it's not quite the same length. Oh, I love that they added colors to these too. Like they made these more easy to see. Like the little green flag right there. That's nice. I'm going to kind of make these just like round them to the nearest sort of nearest 16th. Hey, M squared. Welcome to the show. M says lightning submittal's done, but I lost some hair. Oh no, M. You're almost there. The work day is over, and now it is time to do. Are you streaming tonight, Em? It's time to do M stream things. That's what I think. Is today Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. A couple hours to go. Right on. What are you doing today, M squared? Are you an Ableton user, M squared? Because we're looking at Ableton 11 today. We looked at it some yesterday, and we're still exploring some of the new features. Emma's doing leather work tonight. Let's go. Everyone go check out M's stream. And oh yeah, by the way, go check out Chumslick's stream. Chumslick just got affiliated. So you should go follow, sub, hang out, watch Chum do his music and Vizzy's. I'm not sure if Chum, are you still out there? Do you have a schedule yet for when you're going to stream, or is it just like a random thing? I think you talked about that on Brightside. Hey, M Squared, thank you for the bits. Right on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woohoo, Chum. Let's go, Chum. We're going to have Chum emotes very soon. Had to pop in real quick. Hope to see you all soon. Thanks, M Squared. I hope you stop back sometime. Thank you for the biddies. Appreciate that. Those biddies. It's weird having that chat over there. I'm looking way over here. I'm used to like looking over there. Have a great little part of your day. Yes, congrats, Chum. And let's get Rocked to affiliate as well. That would be fun. Let's get all our friends up to affiliate, y'all. And M Squared. M Squared, do you stream? I'm not sure if I'm following you. I need to get up on my like Twitch friends game. Whereas like I didn't really realize until recently that people like send friend requests on Twitch so that like you can see where your friends are watching. That's pretty cool. So I need to like up my friends game. So send me those friend requests on Twitch, y'all. Okay, let's bounce out a little more audio of this. This is kind of fun. Rock, you can plug your stuff in here. Plug your stream, plug whatever you got, SoundCloud. Thanks. It is pretty sick, right? It's all just kind of resampled, randomized things, which are then resampled again, kind of. It's just endless resampling into infinity. Like now I could we'll take one of these and like chop it up into maybe like, you know what, let's do that. If we bring this into arrangement real quick. I wish they would add the ability to actually edit in session view, but unfortunately you have to like go in here if you want to chop stuff. So like, what if we set this to, it's like an eighth, right? And then we're going to go in here. Let's turn off the, this would be handy to have a macro for this, but like if you do Control E to split, oops. Just chop this into a bunch of let's do one more bar's worth. Chop those up like that, right? And then this is kind of like an old trick. I've been doing this for a while now. Highlight everything, hit crop, and then bring these back into here. And let's also crop these. And that way we can find them in the crop folder later. And in fact, let's even do that right now. Let's go to current project. Nope, current project. Samples, processed, crop, and now these are all those. And let's just take those and chuck them in this random sounds folder. And later I'm going to go through, a lot of these are labeled already, but I'm going to go and put these in their proper places. Okay, so now let's do this. We already saved those, so let's delete these. Let's go. Select all those up here, and now we're going to go follow actions. We'll do unlinked. We'll do like, let's just see what that does. Let's see if we can make this fit by just EQing it a bit. Ooh, save, good call. Hang on. Right on, Rocked. I hope it is inspiring. I've been inspired by a lot of producers on Twitch to kind of dig a little bit deeper into Ableton and try things that I hadn't necessarily tried before. So right the fuck on. Fuck yeah. Let's fucking go. So can you use sampler to chop some of those samples? Yes. So that's another way to do it for sure, where you kind of you slice to use the MIDI slice thing, where yeah, I would do slice to new MIDI, and then you can actually make your own slicing presets if you want. So yeah, exactly. I usually just do a lot of composition and arrangement. It's so awesome to see other people doing sound design, etc. Right on, yeah. Drawbacks to slice to MIDI. I mean, I don't use it too often, but like I think that's another way. If you had a bunch of if you had a long audio file and you wanted to turn it all into WAV files, that might be a good way to do it. Because it'll bring it into a sampler, and then you go into the zones and you can select all the zones and then bounce those to a place. I think that's how it works. They'll show up in one of these folders, which are very handy. If you know what you did to a sound, you can then find it in one of these folders. There's also like a reverse folder, can you actually do that from here? You know what? I think that is a big drawback to Session. You can't actually reverse your sound within here. I thought there was a thing for that. Oh, it is here. Okay. They moved it. This takes a little bit of getting used to. What was I about to do? Oh, we're going to EQ this really quick to kind of just maybe make it fit better. And we do follow action. Yeah, we're going to do unlinked. And now make a new track to record to. So you're kind of comparing it to slice X. Ooh, what's slice X? Okay, we're going to set this one to resampling. And there's like some very subtle GUI improvements to the way things look here. Like they put this little gray outline around the record arm. And you kind of only see it when the track is selected. And just a nice little, actually, no, it's still there. It's just a nice little touch to help, give that more contrast. And they also did, a similar thing in here. To me, the racks look more clear now. And they put these, when you turn these off, they're actually, a brighter gray. So there's more contrast. You can see what's going on a little better. And again, the box down here, little stuff like that makes a big difference. And also in arrangement, when you're looking at the loop bracket, you can kind of see it better. That line just seems a little bit more clear to me now. Maybe it's just me, but okay, so we're going to record some audio out of this. Let's do stop all, and we're just going to launch. Oh, you know what? I forgot to change. Okay. Cool. Let's grab these. We're going to say crop. And now we're going to go to current project. There's our crops. We're going to save these for later in here. And we're going to, let's save the set. And I think that's going to be it, y'all. Let's find somebody to raid. Because I am getting hungry now. So let us see who's on. Oh, dude, we got to rate 5-star. 5 stars back. That's like such an easy decision today. And yeah, let's do that. Let's go. Where's my chat box? Oh, it's not behind there. There's my chat box. Thanks, Em. Thanks for joining us today. You are Fosfolk. Big sister is Fosfolk. Rocked is Fosfolk. Okay, so let us type in. Oops, I keep doing question mark right because I'm hitting shift, but I realize I don't need shift to do a question mark. Okay, I'm going to start the raid. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this Procreate Wednesday, which turned into a Ableton thing. And yeah, we're going to start the raid. I love you. I appreciate you. And we'll see you on, I guess we're going to do, we'll do more Ableton things tomorrow. Because it'll be Tendril Thursday. Have a good one, everybody. Here we go.